Hello, this is Brian again. This is me back at the car. Back already. It's a nice leisurely descent, I gotta say that. Very nice and leisurely, mellow. I know I was yapping a lot about manzanitas, but it's just very cathartic hiking here. Definitely releases a lot of the tension that builds up during the work week. That's why I find it extremely important to have my 2 days off together so I can come out and experience these things. I'm gonna have 1 day of hiking hard and then 1 day of kicking back. I'm gonna try to climb up this knoll right here. I'm gonna see if I can find. I thought I saw a little use trail going up it, a use trail or fire break. I'm gonna try to see if I can make a run at this one. Watch out, 'cause cars can come through here. Let's go take a look. I'm not ready to end. It's just because I made it to my goal and back doesn't mean I want to end my day yet. Let's see. Ouch. So these hills are a little more sparsely vegetated. This area is in recovery, but you can see sawtooth goldenbush, Azardia squarosa radigradileordes. Sorry for the yawn. Didn't sleep that badly last night. I just think I need to get more energy. Well, I'll tell you one thing, that hike was easy. I thought that hike was easy. There were a couple steep spots, but it was an easy hike. I mean, there was no issue. So I think beginning level fitness should be able to do it. Might have to condition up a little bit, but it was a pretty easy hike. It's about 700 feet gain. Nothing really hard. So there was a little bit of gain on the way back, but not much. Very little, actually. Here we go. Golden eardrops. Arundariferia crescenta. Still got some green foliage. Usually these things die back to their roots and then sprout again in the springs. These are perennials in the poppy family. And you get these really tall stalks that bloom. But we got a lot of hairy or hoary leaf ceanothus germinating, so I'm going to be careful walking around here. There's a lot of hairy leaf ceanothus germinating. A lot of young shrubs over here. A lot of it. So that ceanothus crassifolius, very crassifolius. Can't wait to do a spotlight on that one when it's in bloom. Especially when it's in full bloom, usually late February to late March. It will knock your socks off when it's in full bloom. A lot of young chamise here. So again, I'm trying to walk where the shrubs aren't. A lot of chamise seedlings and saplings here. So you know the chaparral is ready to reclaim this area. Yeah, I was talking about on my spotlight video on sawtooth goldenbush that they like disturbed areas. Well, fire's one of the disturbances. So here we are, just about on top of this knob. Short little stroll up here. You got golden yarrow. A lot of young golden yarrows up here too. That was an older one. It's actually a pretty tall one. So let's see what we got over here. So you can see this is a classic example of fire recovery. And a lot of these penstemons here, looks like Penstemon spectabilis variety spectabilis, showy penstemon. They're common fire followers. I see them a lot in areas of disturbance as well. Come springtime, they got these beautiful like purplish flowers. There's a plant, every now and then I see it. This is a California figwort or California bee plant. This is Scrophularia californica. It's another perennial herb in the Scrophulariaceae. So this is California figwort or California bee plant. So it sends up these stalks. It has all these basal leaves here. Basal, B-A-S-A-L, like the leaves that come out from the bottom, is what I mean by that. Then they stand up these stalks. And these little kind of reddish small flowers. You kind of have to look at them closely because they look like they're kind of closed when they're open. They kind of look like they're closed. You have to look carefully at them. But they're kind of neat. They're neat looking flowers. And they turn these little seed capsules. Trying to see if I can zoom it in there. These little round seed capsules kind of look like penstemon seed capsules. These are the Penstemon spectabilis variety spectabilis seed capsules right here. Well, a bit bigger actually. This is Penstemon spectabilis variety spectabilis. So you got a good course in post-fire recovery up here in the Santa Ana Mountains. Well, here more specifically in the Elsinore Mountains region. So this little knoll here, it's got a lot of these Arundorferia chrysantha plants. And you can see all the blackened chaparral stems up here. Then we got a lot of, looks like a lot of deerweed. See these plants with their green and brownish stems? These guys are starting to liven back up from their summer dry season dormancy. And this Acmispon glaber variety glaber, which used to be Lotus scoparius variety scoparius back in the day. So we got this nice little rock outcropping here. And here's more of that Arundorferia chrysantha. And that's what the leaves look like, which will become more numerous as the season goes on. And then the and then these plants start maturing. It's a cool little peaklet summit right here. Then we got a plant I always have trouble telling a species apart. This is a pseudognatphalium, which is an everlasting. It's a type of plant in the sunflower family that is pretty common here in SoCal. You'll see a lot along the sides of trails and in disturbed areas. Then we got a neat little rock garden here. Boulders. It's a cool little mini summit here. It's really tiny climb. I mean, it's obviously got more prominence on this side, of course, but it's a cool little summit, cool little hill. A lot of neat stuff here. Of course, that's where I was earlier on my previous clips, going up and over that way. Went along that way towards Elsinore Peak. Can't even see the trail from here. You kind of have to be right there to actually see it, like right at it. So it looks like we got a little manzanita regrowth over here too. What kind of manzanita actually? It should be Eastwood. Yeah, it's Eastwood manzanita. Then we got this crazy rock garden over here. Look at this Boulder City over here. Then you get like this little shallow bowl right here, little gentle slopes. And this is all looking down. You can actually see the Santa Rosa Plateau from over here. That's where you'd be most likely to find rainbow manzanita. Either that or in the Santa Margarita Mountains, which are, I believe, geographically and geologically related to the Santa Anas as well, like here the Elsinore Mountains. But you can see this area is recovering pretty well from the fire. I see those brownness there. I believe that's all deerweed. I believe it's all this plant, I think. Very common fire-following subshrub. It's in the pea family, the Fabaceae. Hey, these little tiny yellow pea flowers in the spring. And they get little mini seed pods come summer before they go leafless in the summer drought season. But this is a cool little spot to visit. There's a lot of neat stuff here. We even got a baby laurel sumac seedling. Little baby Malos Malorina. But yeah, that's South Main Divide, which turns into, eventually it'll become Wildemar Truck Trail, I believe. And then it becomes Tanaha Truck Trail. Then it also becomes Los Alamos Canyon Road Trail. Sorry about the wind in the camera, but it's just a nice view from over here. Beautiful view. Let's get great views of the Santa Ana Mountains from up here. Oh, look at this! Exfoliating piece of rock. That's neat. Let's see where I can figure out where it came from. Maybe it came from underneath this one. They're so peaceful. Just enjoy the vibes, the mellow vibes over here. This time of year, you get a nice cool breeze. And another hoary leaf ceanothus. Ceanothus crassifolius, righty crassifolius. Looks like it might flower for the first time. I think these will become the flower buds. So this one might actually flower for the first time this year. It's probably only a few years old. A lot of chaparral shrubs grow fairly quickly. I know when they resprout, they grow very quickly. But most of their growth is going to be below ground growth, especially during the first year or two. It's because they got to get their roots down far enough into the soil to get moisture. I love coming up here. This is cool. Nice little spot. Fun little place to kick it if you're in the mood for trying to go somewhere different. Here's another golden eardrops, setting up some new shoots. And this plant has beautiful yellow, small yellow flowers. They're very different shape. It's in the poppy family, but the flowers do not look like your poppy stereotypes at all. These little things that got lobes that curl, all neat. I think I've shown video clips of it before during my summer hikes in the San Gabriels. So I'll have to see. I want to see that plant in bloom again. I'm sure coming up here that'll be no problem during the late spring and early summer months. But just gonna look for a shorter way down. No, these are different. No, some of these are not deer weeds. Some of these are not. I think these are yellow rock roses, actually. These might be Helianthemum scoparium. There might be a new taxonomical name for them. The nomenclature might have changed on that one, but the name I know it right now is Helianthemum scoparium. I think that's what this is. Rock rose or something like that. This is a deerweed. This is a deerweed. But I could tell the deerweed had these little tiny seed pods, like one-chambered seed pods. These are actually seed capsules. These aren't seed pods. So I really think that this is Helianthemum scoparium, or whatever the new botanical name is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is, actually. They get these very charming yellow flowers that are very noticeable come spring. I've seen them a few times before, and they're quite attractive. A lot of chamise seedlings here. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, chamise. That's one of those plants that resprouts and produces a lot of progeny, a lot of offspring. So chamise does the double deed. Make sure that they keep their foothold here in our beautiful chaparral. Now, let's see. Ooh, a little Cercocarpus, little Betuloides ready, Betuloides. I think this is basically going to do it for this clip. Again, I'm right near, I think was it 7S04? It's one of the Forest Service roads going another way. But this was a fun outing today. Really, I enjoyed this one. I didn't feel like I was working to get to the summit. I was too busy being immersed in the chaparral. Sometimes after a while when you're hiking, sometimes it can get tedious and you're like, oh, how much more do I got to go to get to the summit? I didn't really have that today. It wasn't really a super long hike, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, this is going to be the sketchy way down, I guess. Oh boy, shouldn't have gone down this way. Maybe I'll go up around a different way. I don't have hiking shoes on. I actually have regular shoes, like sneakers. Well, I might have one more clip from this video set where I go on the computer and try to show my Google Earth tracks. I'm going to try to start doing that on my video sets. Like have one video that outlines the approximate route that I took, or exact route if I can see it clearly. But I'm pretty sure I could be able to map out this route pretty well. So there might be a video clip about that. So just keep an eye out in case. If not, it was wonderful taking you along on the adventure. And I hope you enjoyed all the different scenes and places up here. And I recommend coming out on a hike for yourself. I love watching other people's hiking videos. I do. Really love watching other people's hiking videos. But the most satisfaction comes from actually being out here. And I hope you have that same sentiment, that same feeling, because it really makes a big difference. Well, guess that'll do it for this one. Keep an eye out possibly for my, I'm going to call it my tracking video. I might start doing that. Like I have a video clip attached to the whole video series where I map out where I hiked or where I'm going to hike if I do it in advance. And see you out there on the trails. Thanks for watching.